Good morning. When I was asked to reflect on my experience with the church, I was a little surprised too. I'm kind of a low-profile person, so I was sure they meant to talk to somebody else who had better stories than me. But about 5 or 6 years ago, I was searching for a spiritual home without much success. I was sporadically began to attend services here. I consider myself a spiritual person, but like Trevor, I had always had a healthy skepticism for organized religion. Disappointment with other churches had made me a bit cynical. I'd kind of lost my faith in the communal church experience. But for some reason, I kept coming back here. And then I began coming regularly because suddenly it was a guilty experience. A guilty pleasure, I mean. I'm reminded of an old New Yorker magazine cartoon. It shows two police dogs on a leash walking to, I guess, a crime scene. And the one police dog says to the other, "I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to like the smell of cocaine." Yes, guilty pleasure. It's an interesting concept. I know it may take some mental gymnastics to get there, but basically, I've learned that it's nearly as exciting to do something altruistic and wholesome as it is to do something selfish and decadent. You can choose to do something communal, transparent, or life-affirming rather than something sneaky, subversive, and potentially self-destructive. Whatever your choice is after a hard day or a hard work week, you do it because 1, it makes you happy, and 2, you feel like you deserve it. You don't really care about the judgment of others, but you kind of keep it to yourself, and that's the guilty part. I was raised Episcopalian. I was educated at Quaker schools, befriended a lot of Jewish kids. As an adult, I've attended Baptist, Catholic, and Protestant services. I even opened my front door to a Jehovah's Witness that came through one time. I was curious. All are beautiful religions, but I didn't feel they were quite right for me. Over the years, somewhat in spite of myself, I found that this church is the best fit for me. The church has challenged and expanded my conventional beliefs. It's opened my mind and my heart and my body to spiritual growth that I could not and would not have achieved on my own. And how's that, you say? Well, sometimes it's the edifying sermons that explore a host of world religions and primitive belief systems. Sometimes it's the inspiring musical performances that force me to joyously acknowledge great talent. Sometimes it's the singing along with the smiling voices of our own choir that immediately lifts my spirits. Or it could even be the warm and easy and nurturing fellowship of any church-sponsored gathering. Most of the time, it's all of the above. And despite my sometimes world-weary temperament, attending regular Sunday services has been very uplifting and addictive. These days, I no longer feel guilty about the pleasure of attending regular services. I can tell you it's making me a better person, more compassionate, tolerant, and generous. I'm proud to be part of the UU community, and I'm proud to belong to this church. Thank you.